Hello everyone and welcome to the second video installment of janky homebrew ideas that I want others to see. Today we will be going over a fighter subclass for Dungeons & Dragons. Instead of using some of the more prominent ability scores that they are used to, today's subclass takes a fighter and makes them use their brains. These fighters are known as the ones that use intellect and quick or powerful strikes to defeat their adversaries. Over the years they have learned how to take full advantage of their opponent's strengths and weaknesses. They are able to turn the tides of battle by turning a lethal strike from an enemy back on itself, disarming a foe, causing temporary blindness or deafness, knocking an opponent on their rear, and many more ailments to be deployed on their enemies in the heat of combat. Combat style. You adopt a combat style and gain 6 charges, that replenish on a short or long rest, to fuel your class features. Nimble. You have an uncanny way of utilizing your dexterous abilities to thwart your opponent's attacks. You may expend a charge to do any of the following in combat. As a reaction you may only expend a number of charges equal to your proficiency bonus per round. Dodge the attack and impose disadvantage on melee attacks against you. Disengage and slink up to 10 feet away from the melee attacker in any direction. Dodge the attack and disarm your attacker if they are in melee range. Powerful precision. You have adopted a fighting style that makes you hit harder and in the worst possible way. Your attacks seem to cause bodily injury or psychological damage which can debilitate your opposition. On a hit you may expend a charge to inflict one of the following on an opponent. The target has disadvantage on all of its rolls for 1 round. You may roll a d6 and add the result as additional psychic damage. This increases by 1d6 per every 4 levels. Disarm your opponent and knock the weapon 20 feet in any direction. You critical hit, can only be used once per combat. On a miss you may expend a charge to do one of the following. Reroll the attack and take the new result. Roll a d8 and use the result as damage dealt to your opponent. Gain advantage for the rest of combat or until you are knocked unconscious. Street Brawler. You are adept at fighting dirty. Anything is on the table for you and oftentimes when you react to your opponent they are discombobulated in some capacity. You may expend a charge to do any of the following in combat. As a reaction you may only expend a number of charges equal to your proficiency bonus per round. Apply blinded to a target in melee range. Knock the hostile target prone. Disarm your opponent, roll a d20 and on a 11 or higher you may wield their weapon. Give a hostile creature in melee range disadvantage on attacks or choose one, limb, eye, ear, or neck. Limb gives disadvantage on STR checks and saving throws. Eye limits a target's ability to make ranged attacks, they have to roll a d4 and subtract the result from their attack roll. Ear gives disadvantage on wisdom checks and saving throws. Neck applies paralyze to the target where it is a critical hit. This part can only be used once per combat. At 7th level you get the following class feature, precise and quick thinking. Through your various street smarts and intellectual studies you are able to maneuver more efficiently. You gain 1 action and 1 bonus action. At level 15 you gain another action and bonus action. At level 10 you get this class feature, sharing the knowledge. You have developed a way to share your intellect of the combative arts to your allies. Using a bonus action you may expend one of your charges to grant an ally within 30 feet one of the following. Advantage on any attacks they make for 2 rounds. The next hit will be a guaranteed critical +3 to AC. Advantage on Dex, STR, and INT saving throws for 2 rounds. At level 15 you get the following class feature, mental endurance. You gain 4 more charges to fuel your class features. Additionally you can expend a charge as a bonus action to recover from one condition or to regain hit points equal to your class level. Finally at level 18 you get the last class feature of this subclass, mindful combat. Through rigorous training and laboring studies you have garnered secrets of the violent art that is combat. Whenever you kill a hostile target afflicted with a condition you gain 15 feet of movement. Whenever you use any of your class features you may roll a d20, on a 17 or higher you do not expend a charge for using a class feature. Once again thanks for listening in. If you liked what you heard, like the video and consider subscribing. If you want a readable version check the description for where to find it.